I hope you're doing well. I'm continuing my testing of my 14C28 test blades. Had a comment yesterday. I had done a little bit of slicing and some tomato and lemon, but I wasn't giving out enough information. So first of all, this 14C28N blades, they're heat treated to 61, 62 HRC. And the purpose of the knives, the smaller knife here, you can see I've worked up little quick sheaths for both of them. The purpose of the knives, the little one, more of the EDC style blade, it's made where a companion knife to the larger one, it'd be great to do finer tasks, finer wood carving, to skinning game, caping, that type of stuff. It is, and again, people want details, so let's get this out of the way. Details on it, it's 2.5 ounces, it's 7 inches overall, it's got a 2.5 inch blade. The cutting edge is 2.4 inches because I've actually brought the cutting edge right up to the little brass here. And the average cutting edge between the primary and secondary is 0.10 of an inch thick. It's actually a little thinner at the tip, but just on average it's 0.10 of an inch thick. So it's actually a fairly thin little knife. Now a larger knife, it is 6.9 ounces. And one reason it's not as heavy as you think it may be is it's got a partial tang. The stick tang comes to about here. Alright, I did that on purpose for weight. You know, I'm not going to be doing any heavy chopping back here, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. And this stabilized black walnut burl is a pretty dense wood. But again, it's 6.9 ounces, which is 194 grams. Lengthwise, I had to write this down so I wouldn't forget it. It's 12.9 inches overall. It's got a 7.6 inch blade with a 7.25 inch cutting edge. The knife is 1.5 inches wide. And as far as the grind, both knives are full flat grinds. They've got a V edge on it. They hand sharpened both of them using diamond stones, DMT extra coarse. Then I used a cheap Smith's fine, which is about a 600 grit, and then I used an extra fine DMT, which is the green. And then actually both of them I stropped them twice on each side with Bark River white compound. All right. The grind on this one. Now, I told you before I put a reverse taper on this, so from this point here it tapers back, and then of course it tapers to a tip. But back here at the heel, it is 0.0065 inches. Alright. Here in the belly area, it is 0.012 or 0.12 of an inch. Again, I wanted a little thicker up here. And in the tip area, it is 0.0045. Alright. So basically it's 0.06 of an inch back here, basically 0.04 of an inch here, and 0.12 in the grind area here. So now what I'm going to do is I've not really ran these knives. I'm going to start running a little bit, but one of the things I want to kind of get a feel of with the larger knife is how the handle feels, and just kind of what kind of basic penetration I get doing some light chopping. Because a larger knife like this, one of the things I want to use it for is cutting down smaller pieces of wood, whether I'm doing clearing some ground for sleeping on, prepping firewood, cutting wood for figure 4 trap, that type of thing. And then the smaller knife would be used for more delicate work. So I've got an old piece of just 2x4 stud. This is nothing special, and all I'm going to do is just kind of get a feel for a knife. Now this is again 14C28N. It's not designed really for this type of work. I think it's most of these steels are made for like razor blade industry, so they're made to have a very lean grind, high polish type. So I'm just kind of curious to know how well this knife will perform on heavier tasks in a larger knife. So again, we're just going to take our time and just kind of see what happens. Now I'm not chopping really hard, more of a snap cut. Just want to kind of check the edge out. Handle right now, handle feels fine. It's fairly oval shape, if you can see that. Got a little bit of swell back here to help lock. When I made sure that that little bit of swell fits in this area when I'm holding it, so it's very comfortable. I like the half guard with a larger size 7-inch blade like this. I would hope I'd never have to use it for a self-defense role in the woods. Say a big predator came up, but I have read in some articles that for areas where possibly bear, okay, and you had to use something like a knife in a self-defense mode, and you hope that never would ever happen, that ideally you needed something with at least a 7-inch blade, because that 7-inch blade will help ensure that you could hit a vital organ to get through all the muscle and fat type stuff. So I think anything over 7 inches on a belt knife is getting kind of big in my opinion. But anyway, let's get back to splintering this wood a little bit. And this is old 2x4. You can see that where it's been stuck in the ground. It's not fresh wood. I was going to be doing this in the woods for something this big. I'd be batoning, and I will baton with this later on, but right now I'm going to just kind of do it a step at a time, just kind of see what happens. Oops. And you can see I am doing a little bit of torquing, but that's on purpose. Alright, there's a knot right here. Let's see if we can't chop into that knot. Oops. There we go. Kind of a knotty piece right there I'm chopping through. I don't know if you can see that. Good. Alright, so again, slow and sure, steady. I see absolutely no edge damage. And let's see if we can get this where you can see. Alright. Alright, still shaves hair. And that was where I was doing most of my, I'll even move up the blade and down the blade. Shaves hair. Absolutely no edge problems whatsoever. Alright, so this will continue as I do this on my little bit of spare time I have. Alright, let me know what you think.